Hey everyone, have you heard the news? It's big news in the EDC Multitool knife guy community. Leatherman has introduced something called the Leatherman ARC, and it is one of their probably awesome multi-tools. And the big thing here is it has a Magnacut blade. That's right, Magnacut, the knife world's flavor of the week. It's a super steel, and it's fantastic. And I have nothing bad to say about Magnacut. Well, the steel itself, anyway. Some of the hype, well, that's another story. You see on the table before you my Leatherman Wave. I've actually done a couple of other videos on the Leatherman Wave, and I'll link those in the description. Long story short, I bought this about 10 or so years ago. Bought it on Amazon. I think at the time it was $70 or $80. And I also spent like $7 or $8 on the sheath and like maybe another $10 on all the bits to put in with it, along with an extender. And I threw a little flashlight in it. I ended up making like a little EDC kit. And I will tell you, I used to be a landlord. That's behind me, thankfully. And this thing was invaluable. I was constantly using it to do stuff. It was like having like a toolbox on my belt. It is awesome. I love the Leatherman. The quality is fantastic. The usefulness, the ergonomics. I can't say enough about them. Now, I have this one, and I have the Leatherman Wingman, which for the price was not bad. The Leatherman Wave isn't made anymore as far as I know. They make the Wave Plus, which goes for about $120. From everything I heard, it's as good, maybe even better than the Leatherman Wave. The Wingman was okay. Not quite as good as this, but again, going back about maybe 8 years ago, I think I paid $29 for it at Walmart. Now they're up to about $80. But that's another story. So I see a lot of really good Leatherman multi-tools around, and you know they tend to go for like $80 to like $150. And if I was in the market for another one, I was thinking of getting the free, to be honest with you, Leatherman free. I wouldn't blink an eye because you know prices have risen due to inflation and whatnot. But I wouldn't blink an eye because the quality of these things, the usefulness, and the fact that they're American made and they stand behind their products. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for the company and their products. With that said, I saw that they have the Leatherman ARC out, and I think the Wave has like 17 tools. This one has 20. But it's, you know, basically it's the same as the Wave, but it has that Magnacut blade. And I got to tell you, I think that's the entire reason why it's probably so much more expensive. It's $230 at Blade HQ. And I think that's really the entire reason why it's so expensive, just solely because it's Magnacut. And it makes me wonder how much it would be if it had a 420 HC, which is the exact blade that is in the Leatherman Wave, 420 HC. Now, some might say, well, that's a low-quality steel. And, you know, I would say it's a low-cost steel, comparatively, but low quality? I don't think so. I've cut an awful lot of things with that blade, and it's held up extremely well. I could probably put it into work right now, and my expectation is that it would perform extremely well, just as it always has. For $250, I mean, well, $230 actually, say about $100, $110 more than the Wave Plus. I could understand it if there was something like really special about it, but it's just the blade steel. Now, I know that might be sacrilegious to some of my fellow knife guys out there, but really, do you notice a difference between Magnacut and some of the other types of knives? I believe I have two Magnacut knives, and you know, they're great knives, but I would think that they were great knives, even if they were 20 CV or, I don't know, 154 CM, you know, I just, Nitro V, M390, I mean, I would think they're good regardless. Today I carried a case rust lock with me, and I believe that one is 440C steel. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it's 440C. At any rate, it's definitely not a super steel, but guess what? It's pretty darn sharp. You know, it's held up very well for the maybe 2 years or so that I've had it, and I've used it. I like it quite a bit. I don't mind paying more money for a quality tool, and to be honest with you, from everything I've seen, that's kind of all Leatherman puts out are quality tools. But I don't know, an extra 100 plus, and it's just for the knife steel. It just seems insane to me. If you're thinking of buying a Leatherman, before you pick up that knife, I got to tell you, I'd probably actually go to a store in person, and I would handle the ARC, and then I would handle some of the other Leatherman multi-tools. I mean, really good stuff there, really good quality. And while I'm not saying that the ARC isn't good quality, because I haven't held it, haven't used it, haven't seen it in person, just pictures. While I haven't held it in person or used it, I would assume it's also fantastic quality, just based on their reputation and my personal experience with it. But the big question you have to ask yourself is it worth paying all that extra money for the Magnacut? Because from what I mean, maybe I'm missing something. It's totally possible that I am missing something. But it seems like that's really the thing that's setting it apart price-wise and getting all the attention, is that they're putting the Magnacut in there. Just seems kind of crazy. And if you are like a big believer in Magnacut and you really like Magnacut, because from what I understand, it's a good steel, hold off, wait, because to be honest with you, in a year there's going to be another big one out there, or Magnacut will become passé and the price will come down. I'm serious. I just wouldn't buy it. If you really need a multi-tool now, and you're thinking maybe 230 is not the best thing, plus you put tax and maybe shipping in it and everything, you just go with the Wave Plus or one of the other great ones. I personally can't see justifying, spending that kind of money. I mean, if you're going to cut some rope or some boxes open or whatever else, 420 HC is going to do the job for you. It's done the job for me for like the last 9 or 10 years. It'll do the job for you. Anyway, that's all, just on my knife steel soapbox here. So I will put a link in the description to the Leatherman Wave Plus, which is the updated version of what you see before you. I don't know if they have the other one, the ARC, but I will put that one in there in case you want to check it out. And if I remember, I will also put a couple of my older Leatherman videos in, just so you can kind of see like the review of what the original Leatherman Wave and kind of like a little kit that I put together for it. It's like a little toolkit on your belt. All right, guys, that's all I have right now. I'll talk to you later.